Well, let's dive in more into the REIT right now because that's top of mind and something that's very cool and unique. We're buying a deal that is structured as a private REIT, and it was pitched to us as something not that complicated by the broker. The broker is like, "Hey, just by the way, this deal's owned in a baby REIT. Can you handle that?" And we figured, "Oh, sure, why not?" But the reality of it was and is complicated and it is costly. And the previous buyer fell out of contract or wasn't able to get the contract signed because of all the nuances associated. So, do you want to just share the process that we went through for just understanding what the situation was and seeing it from fresh eyes, because obviously we haven't done it before? What was our process for figuring out what we don't know, which there was another situation where you were helpful because you were able to leverage your network and call upon a friend at another law firm and say, hey, do you know anyone who specializes in this structure? And we were able to pretty get to the bottom of it quickly. So you want to just kind of walk through that process?
I mean, I think you kind of touched on it. Just having, knowing who to call was definitely gave us a head start. Understanding the issues, at least at a high level, allowed me to, it's kind of more of the same. Being able to speak intelligently with the tax attorney. The attorney that we're working with is actually at a firm that I had interviewed with when I was in law school. Did not get the offer there, but it's fun to be working with them, this many years later. But, having him understand that I have this background, so he's explaining things to me at a different level than he might explain it to someone who doesn't have that experience. So we were just able to move a lot quicker and, can probably, I could, you know, together with our counsel can come to a conclusion on what the risks are, and we're not just relying on the outside advisor's advice, but I can weigh in myself.
I think therein lies the problem often is perhaps some people let legal drive the business decisions, right? But you're able to speak the legal, understand it, and then synthesize it down to where you and I are just understanding, okay, here are the risks, here's what legal is saying, but what's our business decision? So, for example, on the REIT, we're looking at the indemnity, right? So, what is an indemnity in this situation? Did we need it? Is it worth it? Like, what are some of the thought processes and things that we were able to make heads or tails of?
Yeah, so I mean, and it might be helpful just to, I guess, get a little bit more into the details here. We're buying a REIT. A REIT is a real estate investment trust. It's uh, you know, there are public REITs traded on the stock exchange, but essentially it's a vehicle where real estate is owned in a corporation. But if you satisfy certain requirements, you can distribute most of the income up to the investors without having to pay a corporate level tax.